For the longest, I always wondered how others perceived me. And I remember about 2 years during my undergrad education, I spent a lot of time always asking others, like, how do you see me? And what does that mean? And how does that blah? And what does that die? And just all this other shit, right? But what I realized that was probably the peak of my people-pleasing self, because I was so practically obsessed with how people viewed me that I was using that as a blueprint to be myself. Because if all these people liked me for how they perceived me, then that means I could always have friends. I would always have people that supported me. I always had people that would be there for me. That was a lie. That was a bold-faced lie. And it was the friends and the people that always seen me for who I was, even whenever I couldn't see myself that clearly, that are still by my side to this day. And they encouraged me to keep finding who I am, and at the time who I was, in order to get to my next steps. You see, I couldn't really elevate because I didn't know where I was at. I was too busy taking in what everybody wanted me to be or seen me to be. And that includes like my parents, my family, teammates, coaches, teachers, like practically anybody. Shit, if I could ask my dog who she wanted me to be, I would have been that for her. She probably would have just asked for an extreme amount of belly rubs and unlimited treats. But if that meant that she liked me, finding your own individual, finding your own self and taking the time to find yourself isn't something that happens overnight. It is a continuous, intentional search of what your soul is, who your soul is, and how you want to conduct yourself in this world. They always say, like, fake it till you make it. And at first I didn't like that because I was like, why do I have to fake it? But there's this certain part of delusion that helps you win. I'll just put it that way. And so one day my therapist and I sat down and she said, well, background. I was like, why do I keep getting hurt? And why do I keep reacting this way when I get hurt? And so she asked me, how does the Aaliyah you want to be react when she's disrespected? And so I sat there and thought about it, like, who do I want to be? And it turned into somebody that was basically unfazed and unbothered, but spoke her motherfucking mind because, one, you got me fucked up, and two, I don't know why you thought you could disrespect me or my personhood without me having something to say. But I do it in such a way that it doesn't bring me out of my character, but definitively defines, I don't even know what I was trying to say, but definitively defines the fact that I refuse to be disrespected without barking back. I don't always have to bite. And that was one of the things that my therapist and I were working on. It either was I was sitting there smiling or I was trying to rip your head off. It was like 0 to jail real quick. But her and I worked on a framework, a person, a calmer Aaliyah that gave me something to work towards whenever I felt disrespected, scared, unheard, unloved, all the things. I just think it's important now for us to really know who and where we are. And that's why I love journaling so much, because that's what showed me where I was. And of course, it wouldn't hit for me the day I would do the writing or do the entry. It would be whenever I'd be on, like, consistently. I consistently journaled for like 6 months. And then at one point I went back and I read a journal entry from 2-3 months before. And there was something I was struggling with so bad. And then I go into my current entry maybe a day or two before, and I've mastered it. And so I was able to see where I was at and where I wanted to go. And that's why the journal I created, shameless plug, The journal I created was so important because it asks you questions of who you are, where you are, and where do you want to go, and how can you get there. I can't wait till I get this next certification, y'all. It's loading. It's in the works. I'm mad excited to tell y'all about it whenever it drops. But at the end of it all, in order to grow, you have to know where you are. If the seed doesn't know it's in the dirt, it can't germinate. I'll leave you with that one.